Ready? Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa ajma'in. Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla wa anta taj'alul huzna idha shi'ta sahla. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Today I would like to start with congratulations to the students. This is the last lesson in module 2. MashaAllah, those of you who have made it to this stage, well done. It's a great achievement, and I'm really proud of everyone that's stuck with it, persevered. And we end with a challenging lesson, alhamdulillah. But I'm sure, as most of you students know, this is not the end of the journey. For us, the journey continues. And maybe it's just a milestone in your journey. But alhamdulillah, I'll do more of a conclusion, but I just want to start with this today, being lesson 32 of module 2, the last lesson before going to the revision phase. But I just want to say well done for sticking with it and for persevering. You've done really well, alhamdulillah. And today we will be covering Arabic numbers. When we previously covered module 2, this wasn't it wasn't how you see it now. So alhamdulillah, this is as part of our continuous improvement. This lesson is evidence of that. Now, Arabic numbers, alhamdulillah, is a very important topic. There's some rules we'll be covering, and we're focusing on the grammatical aspects. And what we want to do, just cover a few rules to help you apply and understand numbers in the Quran. So that's our objective. So we won't cover everything related to Arabic numbers. But before I start the lesson, I want to see those who have reviewed the lesson already or studied previously. I want to do a quick test here. The numbers 1 to 10. Let's start with 0, then 1 to 10. Can I see who can count them? Some of us is easy, so let's start with just saying the numbers in Arabic before we go into them, inshallah. Can I have a volunteer, please, before I have to call and then find out that some of you might not know? Who would like to share the numbers? You know them? You can raise your hand.
Sorry, can you repeat the
I
numbers?
just want to hear the Arabic numbers. Someone to say the numbers.
1 to 10?
0,
Yeah,
then 1 to 10.
I know that.
I could do it.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Okay, go for it.
طيب 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
Inshallah. Excellent. Good. That's it. Simple as that. Can I see a show of hands who else knows them? I know, brother. I think Ustad Muhammad knows them. Ustad Aisha, you know it. Can I see raise of hands? Good. Then we won't spend too much time on the first part. We'll just focus on the rules and we can spend more time. So far, Sister Fose's hand is up. Okay. Let's see Fatima. I don't recognize that name. Dr. Mahmoud, is that someone or is another device being used by one of our students?
Not here, but whoever is named Fatima.
It's
So who is that?
Fazana.
Oh, sorry?
It's Fazana.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay. It may be your daughter's computer.
Yes,
No problem.
okay, no problem. Yes,
Fine.
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 Alhamdulillah. I think, Alhamdulillah, I'm really pleased to see all of our students know, well, teachers and students, they know 1 to 10. Alhamdulillah. Good. You can lower your hands. That's good. That makes it easier. So we'll just go over the rules, and for some of you, it will be revision, and for others, it may be something new. But the rules are broken down to a few categories, which we'll go over today, inshallah. There's rules related to numbers 1 and 2, the rule related to 3 to 10, Then 11 and 12 has specific rules. Then 11 and 19 have some rules. Then 13 to 19 have a specific rules. And the ordinal numbers, there's rules related to ordinal numbers, the decimal numbers, and larger numbers. So this is what we'll be covering today, inshallah, and we'll see the relationship between the numbers, the terminology, and the gender relationship as well. So there's a lot to cover today, inshallah. And Dr. Mahmoud, feel free to jump in if you want to add anything, but we should have some time at the end to
Okay.
have a
Yes,
discussion,
one
inshallah.
small note. Normally, last half an hour,
Yeah.
would normally expect to go through catch up or anything else. But understanding the intensity of this, you may go over that time, inshallah.
That's right. Alhamdulillah, the first thing I would have done is just to go through the zero, then 1 to 10, but you know them. For those numbers, there's also masculine and feminine, which you can see. And again, because you're familiar with the 1 to 10, I'm not going to go over that. You can see the difference between واحد and واحدة, etc. اثنان اثنتان dual, plural, etc. Those numbers are there. So like I said, what I'd like to do, just recap on the rules or make sure you're aware of the rules. Now with rules related to 1 and 2, the first thing you have to be aware of is the mawsuf sifa. So in Arabic numbers, the relationship is for numbers 1 and 2, it acts like adjectives. So that's where the mawsuf sifa comes in. A single and dual matches gender. For example, rajulun wahidun. And Arabic numbers also take preposition, so appear in jar, which we'll see some examples of as well, inshallah.
So,
And I'll talk about as an exception related to the preposition as well. Now, so if you look at numbers 1 and 2, the ma'dud, also will refer to as mawsuf, and the adad is sifa. Here, if you look at rajul wahidun, the gender matches, yeah? And if you look at imra'atun wahidatun, the gender matches. So rajulun wahidun, masculine, and imra'atun wahidatun, feminine. So you can see that they're matching. And if you look at two rather, rajulani ithnani, so 2 men. And the difference here is actually telling you that it's being specific about the number. And notice the order as well. Rajulun comes first and wahidun. So the wahidun is like a adjective, meaning sifa. Is how many men? Rajulun wahidun, 1. And rajulani ithnani. And this is making it clear that there's 2 men. Yeah. Let's look at some examples from verses. Ilahukum ilahun wahidun. Your God, ilahukum. Ilahun means God. Wahidun is one God. It's making it clear. Be giving describing ilahun. How many? 1. Similarly, another example, dinukum dinun wahidun. Your deen, your religion, dinukum is dinun wahidun, 1 religion. If you look at examples for dual, talibat, that's feminine, yeah. Yes.
Talibatani. Talibatani.
Thank you. Talibatani ithnatani. So
Yeah.
you can see it here, 2 female students say the ithnatani is feminine for so ithnani would be masculine, but ithnatani is feminine. Similarly, mudarrisatani ithnatani, this matching the gender. Two female teachers. And imrataini wahidataini. Imrataini is two women. Wahidataini is telling you that's two of them, and matching the femininity. Yeah, so for numbers related to 1 and 2, what you need to make a note of is that the ma'dud is the mawsuf and the adad is the sifa, and it goes in that order. And the gender matches. Okay? Any questions on that before I go to the next part? Sanika, if Nani didn't come after Rajulani, would it still be complete? Let me understand that. Oh, yes. So what the Ithnani is doing is the sifa, right? It's giving a description. You could say Rajulani, there's two men, and you can have other information. But here, the sifa is telling you is being specific that it's two men, and there's no ambiguity. Yeah. So it wouldn't be incomplete, but then it's to do the context. But here, the Ithnani is making it specific that there's two. Again, you'll see that in the Quran, when there's telling you how many there are. So there's no room for any ambiguity or confusion. Yeah. So again, what you're seeing is the ma'dud sifa. Here's the sifa, giving you additional information or making it clearer that the exact number. For clarity, yes. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, Ustaz. I'm very confused by the wahidataini. It just looks like it's like an amalgamation of 1 and 2.
Where is that?
So female going down. So the second imra'ataini. Is it? So imra'ataini wahidataini.
Yes, good.
Yeah. What?
Tell us what is just what's happening here. I want to hear because you all know this. It's a good point. Brother Zakir, what is your guess? Why is this like this? Instead of tani, why is it tiny? Brothers, sisters?
So that's the case ending. That's either majroor or mansoob.
The Muslim chart.
Yeah, okay. Any other point here?
Well,
So again, Muslim chart, if you think about the first row is tani and tani. Okay, tani, or at the end, tun. You remember? Okay. Now, when it's majroor and mansoob, okay, and that is going to be muslimaini and muslimaini, or muslimina, the plural. So, if it is it
is dual, it is correct.
It is well correct. And if it is in Rafa state, it will be talibatani.
Tani, yeah.
Same thing if it's playing the role of a mansub or majroor, then it will be tiny. That is this. It's just stating the Arab status of it. That's it.
Yeah, that is correct.
It's correct, of course. But the question he asked, are you clear now, brother?
What would the translation of that be? The imra'ataini wahidataini.
Just these two, between these two, translation will be same still. And if it is more words there, then you can perhaps add some more. Within this meaning,
so I suppose what I was asking, why is it imra'ataini wahidatani and not imra'ataini ithnataini?
Yeah, for example, we said at the moment the meaning is two.
Not teacher,
Okay, 1 second. It's
The wahid.
imrataini.
Or it should be
Yeah, two
isnataini.
female.
No, it's correct. What brother is asking, imrataini,
Isnatayn.
then it should be isnataini. Isnataini, not wahidataini. Do you get it? Wahid is one and isna is two.
Yeah,
So there is a mistake there. Imrataini
that's the
or
point. Yeah,
isnataini.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of
yeah,
wahida, it
absolutely.
should be isnataini.
Yes.
Isnatayn, yes.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll correct it. Okay. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Good point, brother. I appreciate. Thank you.
yeah.
I didn't see it's a
Yeah, the
different.
aini
Okay, carry on.
ending is to do with the preposition. If
Dual.
there's a preposition,
Is it
Um,
dual? Is it dual
yes,
form?
but it'd be ani. The default ending is ani. But if there's a preposition as an example, then it'll be aini. Remember, nasab or jar, it'll be aini. So,
Yes.
but there is an
But
exception
the
to
point,
that rule. I just want to mention, if the dual are the subjects, and there's no preposition before it. I'll give example. Say we're saying Taliban, which means two students. Talibun is one student. Taliban is two students. If you say Taliban mujtahidan min al-Austria, as an example, from the class, but they're the subjects, two students. So two mujtahidan, hardworking students. That's the subject. Taliban mujtahidan, two hardworking students. That's together is the subject. In that case, you wouldn't have the jarm, the preposition. Yeah. So keep that in mind. So don't get confused if you see, oh, hold on, this doesn't have preposition. So it's you have to keep the context in mind as well, inshallah.
Good.
Okay, good. Let's go to 3 to 10. Now this way it gets slightly complicated. For 3 to 10, there are 3 rules to keep in mind. Here, you know what we said for 1 and 2 about the ma'dud adad. Here, the adad, the relationship is mudaf ilay. Adad is the mudaf, and ma'dud is the mudaf ilay. Okay, so let me repeat that. Adad is the mudaf, and the ma'dud is the mudaf ilay. And adad is the number, and ma'dud is what's being counted. In case I didn't mention that before. And the second rule, and we'll see this as examples, inshallah. Second rule is that the ma'dud is nakira and broken plural, and we'll see that in the examples when we go through them, and I'll bring it to life, inshallah. The third rule is the adad is opposite in gender to the ma'dud. Yeah, so these are the 3 key rules for numbers 3 to 10. And let's look at some examples. ثلاثة كتب, which means 3 books. So notice ثلاثة is feminine, and this is something you have to remember. The gender is opposite. Yeah. So here, and if you look at ثلاثة كتب, here you have mudaf ilayhi.
I'll have a question to clarify that. Is kutubin masculine or mudaf ilayhi because of salasatun? Salasatun is female, and that's why kutubin is male. Is it right?
The broken plural.
Oh, 1 second.
The broken
Feminine,
Very
feminine
important. Broken plural, of course, but salasatun is female. Is it because kutubin is male, that's why salasatun is female, or any other reason?
Yeah, it goes to the opposite gender, so kutubin has to be masculine.
That's why I asked the question. Is it because of salasatun is female, that's why kutubin is male, or kutubin is male, that's why number is female?
All broken plurals match with female.
That's okay.
Yeah, what the teacher is
Yes.
asking is the salasatun because of kutubin, or is it because is kutubin is, if it's masculine, is salasatun is feminine.
Is it because of salasatun feminine, kutubin has become male? Or because kutubin is male, that's why salasatun has become female? Answer, because this is very vital.
Because
Okay.
Kutubin is male, that's why Salasatun is
Okay,
female.
listen, the rule is the gender will be decided by the ma'adud, which is coming second, okay? Which is here, kutubin.
Yeah.
Kutubin is ma'adud. So ma'adud, if it is male, then the number will change. If ma'adud is feminine, the number will be opposite gender. So it's not kutubin is masculine because salasatun is not. Salasatun is feminine because of kutubin. This is the decider. That's the point, brother. Thanks,
Yeah,
sisters. Okay.
the number decide adad.
No, number doesn't decide anything. Ma'adud is deciding what would be the number's gender, brother. Clear?
Madud.
Ma'adud is the decider.
So
Kutubin is
Madud,
male.
yeah, so Madud is the one we
That's why
count.
Salasatun is female.
Yeah, Madud
Okay,
is the one we are counting, which has to decide what the first number would be.
Then, yeah, the number. Adad, what would that be? That would be opposite the gender of the ma'adud. That's the rule. Important, okay? Inshallah.
That's the rule, but in the original rule it says the gender have to
Yeah,
be
but
opposite.
I made it clear now. You know which one is the
Decided.
controller here.
If it
It's
is
the
a-
ma'adud. Okay? Then fine. Fine. Okay, carry on, Ustad.
Yes, so next example, ثلاثة رجال. Here you can see the mudaf ilay. You can see jar in رجال, and you can see the opposite of in the gender ثلاثة ta marbut on the ثلاثة, indicating feminine. رجال obviously is masculine. And the opposite of that, ثلاث نساء. ثلاث instead of ثلاثة, it's ثلاث. And nisa we know is women, 3 women. Another example, ثلاث ساعة. ساعة from ساعة, ساعة, 3 o'clock. ثلاث ساعة. And also a reference in the Quran, ثلاثة قروء, 3 periods, from Surah Al-Baqarah.
Yeah.
So we've seen examples with the number 3. Let's look at number 4. Actually, if we can make this more interactive rather than you just hearing my voice. Ustad Aisha, can you do Arba'a? And then we'll go down. We'll get each person to take a turn, inshallah.
Okay. Bismillah. Arba'atu is feminine and rijalin is masculine number. And arba'u
Layalin.
layalin. So layan night is this feminine and arba'u is masculine.
Yes. And we see
Because,
the mudaf ilay as well.
yeah, also it is mudaf ilayhi, so the layalin in majrur status.
Do you all notice
It's changed
that
from-
ma'adud, they are all broken plural. Kitabun has become kutubin. Rajulun has become rijalun, and then mudaf ilayhi rijalin. Laylun, plural, layalin.
Layalun.
Broken. Yeah, layalun, it will be broken. Can you see this? Ma'adud will be broken in point number 3 to 10.
They're all
And
broken.
the third point is, first one will be mudaf, second will be mudaf ilayhi. These 3 rules in this segment. Remember these 3 rules. What are the 3 rules to start? Just check. Number 1 is
3
gender
rules.
determination. Number 2 is mudaf ilayhi. Number 3 is ma'adud will be broken plural. Can you see all this here?
Yeah.
Learn this, inshallah. Yeah,
So
these
that
3
became
rules, if they repeat, Ustad, all of them, just this rule, then it's fine, Ustad.
Hamsatu kutubin.
Hmm?
Hamsatu is feminine. Kutubin is masculine, broken plural.
Yes.
Khamsu
And
nisa'in.
yeah.
Khamsu is masculine. Nisa'in is plural. is broken plural. And I can't read the other one. Is it Hams?
Khamsu asma'in.
What is it? Khamsu. Oh, Khamsu Asma'in.
Asma'in.
Yeah, Khamsu again is masculine. Asma'in is.
You know, brother, same thing I would say. Asma'in is feminine. That's why Khamsun, the number adad, is
Masculine.
masculine. Learn this. Who is dictating? Because Asma'in is feminine, that's why Khamsun is masculine.
Masculine, the opposite gender.
And Asma ismun, Asma'un. Can you see broken? Broken.
Yeah, broken.
And Khamsu is mudaf, and Asma'in is mudaf ilayhi. How? Majrur. All of them, same. These three rules.
Yeah.
3 to 10. Others, Ustad?
Yes.
Number 6.
Sister Fazana, can you do the next one, please?
Yeah, Sittatu Ayyamin. Is it Sittatu Ayyamin? Sittatu is feminine.
Feminine. No, Ayyamin
is masculine.
Masculine, yeah. So therefore,
the original was Ayyamun becomes Ayyamin and is broken plural, and this decide the Sittatun, which is the opposite gender, which is
Ayyamin, are you saying it's feminine? Or masculine?
I'm saying it's masculine.
He said my Yawmun is masculine. Yawmun is masculine.
Yawmun is masculine.
Yeah. And that decide.
Now it's a broken plural, that's why it's feminine. And that's why Sittatu is masculine. Okay? Get it right.
And it's
Ayyamin is feminine, broken plural. That's why Sittatu is masculine.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
Sittatu is feminine because
Sittatu
would be
is feminine. And Ayyamin is not feminine. Wow. You're saying feminine, so it can't be feminine because it has to be.
It's you have to look the origin or the gender of the origin.
Origin is Ayyamun, which is masculine.
Which is why
Sittatu why the
is
previous
feminine.
number is Sittatu.
Yawmun original.
Yawmun, yes.
Yeah, Yawmun original.
Like if you look at the next example, Shajaratun, isn't it?
Yeah, Shajaratun.
Feminine. Therefore, Sittun is masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashjarun comes from Shajara.
Shajarun, Asjarun. Okay? Broken, feminine. That's why Sittu is masculine.
What was that saying? That's why it's
Clear?
Well, yes.
Yeah. خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام.
Let's get others to have a quick go.
Yeah, others just join in.
Sister Fazana, can you do next one? Sab'atun.
سبعة feminine, جبال masculine, سبع masculine, سماوات feminine, الذي خلق سبع سماوات masculine, سبع سماوات feminine.
And don't forget that Sabu' Samawatin, we use that as an example. We have Mudaf ilayhi as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Sister, just for more clarity, we should say Samawatin. You know, Samaun has become Samawatin. It is broken, so it's feminine. That's why Sab'u is masculine. We should not just say, looking at this, Sab'un is masculine, Samawatin feminine. We should not say that. Grammar, advanced to that. Samawatin is feminine.
We've learned this on Muslim. Ustad, we've learned this on Muslim chart. All broken plural, single plural is feminine.
Yes.
So all of them are,
So it's Madud deciding whatever its status is, the adad, it will be opposite gender.
Yeah.
So same thing, you should say it differently as I just said, inshallah. Sister Fazana, okay?
Yeah.
MashaAllah, good.
Sanika, can you do the next one, please?
Can you enlarge this a bit?
Thamania.
Can you enlarge this a bit?
Oh, sorry. Sunny, are you able to have a go?
Wait, can I just ask a question, which just
Yeah.
carrying on what Brother Muhammad just mentioned? So with all broken plurals being feminine, happy to accept that. So, but the khamsatun, so kutubin is feminine in and of itself, but it's khamsatun because it's al-kitab, right? The singular is masculine.
Kitab is masculine, therefore the number will be feminine.
So we relate it to the singular as opposed to the plural, because the plural.
Yeah, it's based on originally what is the gender of that object.
Okay.
It's the original
In its singular
gender.
form.
Exactly, because because it's a broken plural, it appears as feminine, isn't it? But that's not the original gender of it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So by default, things that are of certain gender, like body parts, sky, we know that Shams is feminine, whereas the Qamar is masculine, right? It's like that. So you need to know what the actual gender is. Then once you know the gender, you know the other will be opposite.
Right.
Also, Brother Jakir, you need to know that on this chart, all of these are broken plurals. They're not the original plurals. Broken plurals and original plurals is different.
Okay. Next, Saad, next.
Yes.
We need to move a little bit.
I think Sanik, maybe she can't speak. Zakir, do you want to do the next two, 9 and 10?
Yeah, no problem. So 9 and 10. تسعة أيام.
You apply the rules that
9,
we've learned.
Yeah, so 9 days. And ayyam comes from yawm, which is feminine. No, sorry.
No, yawm is masculine.
Yawm is masculine, hence the number
is feminine.
Is feminine. Yeah, tisatun is feminine, and it's ayyamin because it's a mudaf ilayh structure. Is that okay?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Yep, and then tis'u layalin, so the singular layl is feminine, hence number is masculine, tis'u, and tis'u layalin, and layalin is majrur here because of mudaf ilayh.
No,
And then pardon?
What is
layali? Because of the mudaf ilay relationship.
Yeah.
Is it masculine, feminine?
Yeah. Sorry,
Layla with the ta marbuta at the end is feminine, therefore tis'un is masculine.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then tis'a ayatin. So this is ayah is feminine, the singular. Right. So hence the number is masculine. And then it's tis'a ayatin because of the mudaf ilayh structure there.
Good. Go to the next rule, sir. Yeah. Next rule, please. Yeah. Next section. Yeah. Next number.
Okay. Brother, could you do that quickly?
Yeah, no problem. Ashratu kutubin. So the kitabun is masculine. So the number describing kutub is feminine. So asharatu kutubin, and then it's majrur because mudaf ilayh. Ashru sayyaratin. Sayyara. So car is feminine. His number is masculine. Ashru. And then ashru sayyaratin, and then it's mudaf ilayh.
Good.
Then رأيت أحد عشر كوكبا. Oh, that's 11, isn't it?
Yeah, I saw 11 stars and the moons. Yeah.
So this isn't a mudaf ilayh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Right here, a lot more is happening, though, isn't it? We've got
Yes, no more. I saw. Ra'aytu, I saw. Ahada.
أحد عشر is 11, right?
10 plus 1 is 11. And Kaukaban, stars.
I think it's like it's a different sentence here because Rai to will file and the whole rest of it I think is maful.
I tell you, the rule doesn't apply here, and it's an example brought for that reason
It
to
is
show that that rule doesn't apply because it's not 3 to 10, it's 11.
Yes,
And
that's
that's why it's brought here, okay? You are not looking for mudaf mudaf ilayh, you're not looking for broken plural or anything else, okay? Ahada ashara 11, this is out of this, but it's brought in as an example so that you can see the contrast here, and it will,
difference. Yeah.
next section will continue that. Sifrun example, Ustad, just go through that and go to the next chapter, otherwise you won't be able to complete it.
Sifrun is just 0. And we just have a simple example. عدد كافرين الذين يدخلون الجنة هو صفر. Number of disbelievers will be who will enter Jannah paradise is 0. Again, the sifrun means nothing, or
Doesn't change
there's
it.
another terminology. Yes, there's another terminology stuff which has slipped my mind. They use to describe the number 0, but it's something actually that it didn't exist in other number systems. So it's something that Arabs actually introduced to numbering, which is addition faida. Alhamdulillah, this is 1 to 10 that we've done. Please make a note of these rules because it's something that comes up over and over again. What we've mentioned that for the rules that you need to make a note of is that for 3 to 10, adad is mudaf and ma'dud is the mudaf ilay. Therefore, you see declension, have the jar. Second rule is that ma'dud is nakira and broken plural. And third is that adad is the opposite in gender to the ma'dud. So you have to look at the asl, the original gender, and then the adad will be determined, meaning it will be the opposite to the gender of the ma'dud. Okay, good. Just move that the way. Okay. Next is to do with 100 and 1000. We saw the masculine feminine for wahidun wahidatun. For 100 is the word is mi'atun, mi'a, and that's the same whether it's masculine or feminine. Examples: mi'atu rajulin, 100 men, and mi'atu imra'atin, 100 women. So it's the same mi'atun, which is 100. For 1000 is the word alfun. Alfun means 1000, and the same applies, both used for both masculine and feminine. Alfu rajulun is 1,000 men, and alfu imra'atin is 1,000 women. And notice both of these have the mudaf ilay. Yeah, it has. We see jar on the ma'dud, rajulin and imra'atin, for both mi'a and alfun. And we have an example from Surah Qadr. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. من ألف شهر. The night of power is better than 1,000 months. We have a verse from Surah Baqarah. وَإِذِ اسْقَى مُوسَى لِقَوْمِهِ فَقُلْ نَضْرِبْ بِعَصَاكَ الْحَجَرَ فَانْفَجَرَتْ مِنْهُ اثْنَتَا عَشْرَةَ عَيْنًا. And remember when Musa asked for water for his people, we said, strike the stone with your stick, then gush forth therefrom 12 springs. Ithna asharata is 12. And you can see the relationship here between the عين sorry 12 عين the 12 springs, the springs and the number 12, and this is something we're going to go through now in terms of 11 and 12, the rules related to 11 and 12. For 11, as some of you already seen, أحد عشرة, Ustad Muhammad just mentioned this. The way it's counted is, you see ahada is 1 ashara, and notice the order here for 11 and 12, both the ma'dud, the adad and the ma'dud, the number matches. Okay, ahada ashara, here they are both masculine, and if we look at for 12, ithna ashara, here is masculine. But for
Okay, just
feminine,
one thing.
yes, yeah.
When you say number matches, let us just clarify that as well. When number matches, what is it called? When number matches, what is it called?
Asking the
One of the
students.
criteria of Mawsuf Sifa. One of the criteria of Mawsuf Sifa is number, ITNG. So all we have to remember here, that's why it's not clearly saying Mawsuf Sifa, it's saying number is matching. Can you see? Ahada, Ashara. And Irab is matching as well. Can you see? Mansub. Ahada, Ashara. Ihda, Asharata. Okay, and
So,
between
yeah,
them, the gender is also matching. Look at this. Ithna ashara. Ithnata asharata. So, what is left there? Gender matching, number matching, Irab matching, type of noun, no. That's fine. Without type of noun,
yep.
Mawsuf Sifa can be there.
Yeah.
So, can you see, first 1 and 2, you learn their Mawsuf Sifa matching. Then 3 and 10, you learned they're not Mawsuf Sifa anymore. They are mudaf mudaf ilayhi. Now you are on 11, 12. Okay, wait for 11 to 99. Wait for that. But can you see, 11 and 12 is Mawsuf Sifa again. It's difficult to remember, but just see how is the different segments, different groups follow different grammatical rules here. Don't worry too much about it. You know, you are being exposed to this, so you know that they will change. And when you're in the Quran, it will be okay. Don't worry. You cannot study any more in depth about these matters, and we don't have time. You don't have time. Why? Because they are used very rarely. Okay, so don't worry too much, inshallah.
Okay.
So just quick examples to bring it to life. Ahada ashara taliban, you can see the gender, ahada, matches the gender. As Dr. Mahmoud said, you've got the number, the gender matching, and it's mansub. Ihda is feminine, ihda asharata talibatan, all matching the gender. So both parts of the adad agree with the ma'dud, both parts. They are in mabni, as we said, and here it's singular. Yeah, so this is only for 11, 12. For 11 to 19, these, because of there's just more than one number applied, you've got 2 digits, right? Therefore, these are known as murakkab numbers, and we're going to look at these now. So there's 2 things you have to keep in mind. The ma'dud is
11 to 12.
Sorry?
You've done 11 to 12, so why is he repeating again, 11 to 99?
No, the different rules.
Oh.
So here are all the different rules we're going through. Can you see? There are specific rules for 11 to 12, but 11 to 19, I think you may have missed the introduction I gave at the beginning. We're breaking it down to different groups. 11 to 12, there's some rules specific to that. 11 to 19, there's some rules. 13 to 19, there's some rules. And as you can see here, 11 to 19, tamyiz applies but to the ma'dud. and it's in the state, and it's mansub singular. And we can see example to explain what I mean. 70 rajulan, 70 men. And where does it come from? وَاجْتَارَ مُوسَى قَوْمَهُ 70 rajulan. And Musa chose from his people 70 men. And he said that 70 rajulan. Here, rajulan isn't, and 70 is mansub, and raj is not rijalin, rajulan, as it appears singular, but we know 70, the number 70 is a plural number rather than singular, but rajulan appears to be singular. Okay, so that applies to 11 to 19. So when you see that, don't be confused. Yeah. For another one, common rule is this. I think what's this one's?
إثنا عشر
Yeah.
شهرا.
12 شهرا. إن عدة شهور عند الله 12 شهرا. Indeed, the number of months with Allah is 12 months. 12 is 12. Shahran is a month, but it's not plural. Ashhar is plural. Okay? Yeah, and in the state of mansub. So that rule applies to 11 to 99. Now, for 13 to 19, there's some specific rules. Okay? First, again, what we're sharing now is for you to probably, you might need to go over and over again. These are the recording coming. So if it doesn't make sense, bear with me. As Dr. Mahmoud said, we're just sharing the information with you. And it's not something you're going to use daily, but you can use as a reference. But for 13 to 19, again, there's components, right? As I said, here, these are murakkab. There's multiple numbers in play, 2 digits. So here, adad, the first part, is opposite gender to the ma'dud. Okay, this is where it gets a bit complicated. So if I look at, if I use the example, 13 طالبا. So طالبا, طالib is masculine, but 13, that's the first part of the adad, okay? 13, there's 2 parts. 13 is the first part, 10 is the second part. The first part is 13, you notice, my pen, you notice this is feminine because talibun, which Taliban came from, is masculine. It's the opposite. The first part is opposite to the ma'dud. The second part matches. Okay, Ashara masculine because Taliban is masculine. And the opposite is true. Talibatan is feminine. That's why the first part of the adad is masculine, thalatha. However, because Talibatan, which is from Talibatun, is feminine, the second part of the adad matches. Okay, and it applies to 13 to 19. So that's the first part you have to remember. They go in hand. And the second, sorry, did someone say something?
No, it's fine.
The second part is the ma'dud is singular. So you see, it's not thalathun, singular. Is the first.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. It's singular. And finally, nasab. Notice 13 طالبا 13 طالبة mansub. And the final rule is that they are mabni. Okay, so these numbers they are mabni. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know this is where it can get to be complicated, and the only way to get your head around this is practice, and there is no other way. Once you overcome that, which part needs to be opposite? Remember, the first part is the opposite to the actual object being counted. The second part matches. You know, the ثلاثة عشرة will remain the same depending on the i'rab. Okay. This I ask you to just go over this again. It's not, these don't come up many times in the Quran, but the rules that we're making sure you go away with. The next part is related to the categories that are from 1 to 10, 100, and 1,000, which we covered at the beginning. So these numbers are referred to as mufrad, singular. Okay, so واحد اثنان ثلاثة to عشرة. These are singular. So is 100, مئة, ألف. These are considered singular, compared to the ones we just went through, 11 to 19 or 99, where there's multiple parts. Remember the term we learned murakkab when it came to phrases? The same. There's different parts to it. Murakkab. Yeah. So the 1 to 10, 100, 1,000, these are mufrad, considered one, each number. But and I think it's obvious once you observe ahada ashara, you know, there's two words, right? Murakkab. Now numbers 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, up to those they're known as uqud. Remind me what the English terminology is. What do they call those numbers apart from 10? I know English includes 10, but what are they referred to in English? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,
Multiples of
70, 80.
10.
Yeah, there's a specific number. I don't know if you have any maths teachers amongst us.
They're
Yeah.
called
Anyway,
tens.
Yeah, so Mohammed
Called
said.
tens.
Yeah.
there is actually a specific word, but I'll leave it to the maths teacher. So in Arabic, it's uqud, multiples of 10, from 20 all the way to 90. Ordinal numbers, these are when we're using it more for references, like first, second, third. Examples are al-awwal, al-thani, al-thalith, al-rabi', etc. Meaning first, second, third. These are ordinal numbers. Again, you don't see many instances of that. Finally, compound numbers refers to 11 to 99. And these are when, you know, you got more than one number, i.e. two parts, such as, you know, ahadu wa ishrun. So here, I think we touch on this, the wow, we have wow and ma'tuf coming in here. So for numbers 20 to 99, so 21 to 29, 31 to 39, etc., all the way to 91 to 99, you have two parts, but they're connected with wow, and ma'tuf. So example we have is ahadun wa ishruna. Okay. By the way, ishruna, thalathuna, arba'una, they always end with fatha on the nun. Ishruna. Okay. Ahadun is one, and ishrun is 20. So 1 and 20. That's how they say 21. So similarly, ithnani wa ishruna, thalathatu wa ishruna. Obviously, the gender will depend on what's being counted, of course, as we learned earlier on. But that's how they're counted. And that's formal counting, just for reference, you may hear in local language pronounced differently, but that's more slang. Yeah. And again, what you're seeing examples of what we just mentioned. Uqud, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. And you've got the object, depending on the gender, you'll see the appropriate gender. And yeah, more examples of compound numbers: 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24. Notice the gender, okay? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28, and 29. So these are the 9 numbers you can see, and the same would apply to 30, 40, 50, 40, 50, etc. So whether it's 40 or 40, 50 or 50 will depend on the object. So if Laylatan, right, is feminine, therefore 40. So it depends on. No, sorry, it's not to do with the number. It's to do with.
What does this line represent? Kitaban, ayatan.
Oh, just like 20 kitaban is 20
Yeah, 20
books.
kitab, 20 books. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You see, if you look at the description here, ukud, adad, madud, adad, declinable, adad, the number ishruna can be Arab change, declinable, and ma'adud, which is kitaban, will be mansub and it will be singular. Look at this now. They're singular and mansub. Kitaban. Kitabun, kitaban, mansub, and singular. All of them downward. Lailatun, then kitaban again, kitaban rajulan. Can you see?
So basically, all the counting in tens is
Good numbers.
good numbers.
Adad will be declinable.
Declinable plus
But
madud
madud will be
will be
Mansub and singular.
singular. But here the feminine and masculine not coming, is it?
no.
No.
So from the tens, all the tens, the masculine and feminine doesn't come, but madud will be singular and adad will be plural. Am I saying the right way?
But ishruna is still mufrad.
It's mufrad.
Although it's 20 there, but it's one unit. Ishruna means 20. It's not plural. 30 is salathuna.
Yeah, but see, if someone is saying ishruna, then he is saying is 20. So he doesn't need to have kitaban there.
Kitaban is by rule, it will be singular and it will be mansub. If you can remember that.
I know, but in numbers, when somebody is counting numbers, all the tens, like, we say in English 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. We've got this in English version, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. In Arabic, we say ishruna and salasuna, arba'ina. So what is the connection with kitaban, ayyaman, and layatan?
Yeah, so what's happening here is how you count it. So it's not what this is demonstrating. It's not 20 kutubun or kutuban. It's kitaban. Okay, it's not kitabun. It's kitaban mansub, and it's not kutubun because it's the singular. 20 kitaban. That's what's been demonstrated.
If I want to say 20 kitab, 20 books, then I would use kitaban.
Exactly. 20 kitaban is 20 books.
Still kitaban.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the rule. All of them in mansub status. So we're not going to say Ishuruna kitabun. So we're going to say kitaban. So
Exactly.
like ayatan, all of them in
Yeah,
Mansub status. I think this one is quite simple to understand. I don't have any.
Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. It might seem simple, but we're trying to remember all of the different rules. And you know, when you look at it later, yeah, that's
So
when
okay, in this example, kitaban is is the one that we're counting, yeah, which is madud.
yeah.
But then you are saying adad is declinable. What do you mean by that? Adad is
So that depending on the context, that the i'rab will change, but the ma'dud will be mansub.
Madud will be mansub, which
Yeah.
is ishruna. Yes.
Ma'dud, kitaban.
Oh,
Ma'dud was being counted, kitaban, that'll be mansub.
okay.
If we say for 23 books, we say Salasatun wa Ishruna Kitaban. That's right.
It's different. Again, this is again different. Okay. Ahadun
The
wa
adad is feminine.
No, this is
Salasatun.
no. Ahadun wa Ishruna still adad. Okay.
23.
Ma'dud is not there.
No, that's
No,
And it's a
the
compound.
adad.
It's a compound murakkab.
Yeah.
There's
It's still
23
adad
books.
together. Murakkab. 23
Okay.
books.
I'll show you where the declension comes in. Let's look at the verse at the bottom, and you'll see how it's impacted. فَلَبِثَ فِيهِمْ أَلْفَ سِنَةٍ إِلَّا خَمْسِينَ عَامًا. And he stayed among them 1,000 years, less 50. Okay, we'll in terms of how the number is described, we'll come to that in a moment. Let's look at so we have number alfa sinatin. Alf we know is mufrad, okay, is one word, yeah. 1,000 years. Listen, this is the next bit I want you to look at. Khamsina, it's not khamsuna, and this is where you have to look at what's happening in the verse, or when you look at a sentence. Aman. Why is it okay, look at this. فَلَبِثَ فِيهِمْ أَلْفَ سِنَةٍ. Okay, we have a jar here. Illa.
Except.
Yes, and what happens? And you see, yeah, why is it not khamsun? Why is it khamsina aman?
Yeah, because it's 50.
Okay,
right?
but
like on the top it says khamsun.
It takes the mansub status. That's why.
Yes.
Sina is mansub. Sina is mansub or marfu?
No,
Khamsun is marfu'. Khamsin.
Illa except.
Khamsina is not.
Khamsun, khamsani, khamsuna. Okay. And then mansub, khamsan, khamsani, and then khamsina. This is mansub.
Mansub, yes.
Yeah.
So good. Can you see it now?
Khamsina.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is how it declines. There you see
Alpha,
the i'rab changing.
Yeah. Okay.
Why is it alpha then?
Khamsina.
If it doesn't change, because that's it's seen
And
as
for
for 1,000.
And for the sab'ina, for example, we have illa sab'ina, 70. What we will say? It will stay. It will be the same as it is. Sab'ina.
Yes. If it's 70, if you have illa, but again, you have to look at the context. Something has to cause the i'rab to change. Default is marfu', isn't it? Khamsun.
Yeah.
Or if it's 70, sab'un. 70 will be sab'un.
Sab'ina.
But something will have to change the i'rab to sab'in.
It will be sab'ina.
Yeah.
It will stay the same. It will stay the same.
Yes, because of illa. If you say illa khamsina, and you want to say instead of khamsina, you say sab'ina.
For example, if it is in marfu status, what we say?
Marfu will be
for 70.
70 will be sab'un.
Okay.
Yeah, سبعون.
Because in the church you write it سبعين. That's why I'm asking.
Oh yeah, that again, just to give you different examples.
Can somebody say, Ustad, why Khamsina is in Mansub form here? We are saying it's not definitely Majroor, so let's just say this is something you should know, and I'm sure you do know. Why is Khamsina here? Why is Mansub here? Because harful istisna is illa and it's excluding. Khamsina aman, 1,000 years, it is excluding from 50 years. And because of that, it's mansub.
Yes.
Fasajadu illa
Illa
iblisa. Mansub. Khamsina. That's why. At
Yes.
least this part you should know. Rest, it's nightmare.
Fasajadu
But this
illa
is
iblisa.
okay. All right?
Yes. Fasajadu illa iblisa.
Yes.
They all prostrate except one.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's Khamsina. Yeah.
Yeah, here is instead of saying 1,000 years, they're saying less 50 years.
Yes.
So
It's interesting how. Yes.
And when you say less 50 years, then you have to be in a Majrur state. Nasab state.
Because you're excluding that. Okay.
Excluding it.
Yes, Ustad. Yeah.
It's interesting how the number is presented here, 1,000 minus 50, as opposed to, 950.
50, yeah.
So, alhamdulillah. But that allowed us to see this declension in place because with the illah.
Correct.
Otherwise, we would have seen a number like what we see below. So we have a couple of examples where there's a compound, like a large number, and this is how a number will be said. For example, 600.
At least 10 minutes because it's the last class. Then I talk about few other things.
This is the last part. It's this is the last part. 6,543 would be ثلاثة وأربعون. Notice the wow عطف. ثلاثة وأربعون وخمسمائة. That's 500. Okay. ثلاثة وأربعون is the 3. We're saying the last number at the end. 3 plus 40, أربعون, then and خمسمائة is 500. وستة آلاف is 1,000 طالبين, students. And for feminine, notice the gender. طالب is masculine, therefore the number ثلاثة is feminine, and numbers before it are feminine. And notice the second example, 6,543 female students, because طالبات طالبة طالباتين comes from طالبة, feminine, therefore ثلاث is masculine. 43 وخمسمائة وستة آلاف طالبة. 6,543 students. Notice the order is backwards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see the whole section up to طالبين is أعداد. 43 وخمسمائة وستة آلاف. This is أعداد. Okay. Taliban is Ma'dud. And did you notice it is following the Mudaf Mulaf Ilahi format there? The whole compound Adad is Mudaf Talibin. Okay. Now, I would ask you to note this formation here. 6,543. Your 6,000 in English, it starts with 6,000. But in Arabic, what happened? Salathu, 3 starts first, and then wow, then 500. Okay, 500, arbauna. Then wow comes, connecting. Khamsu miatin. Okay, khamsu miatin, 500. Okay, and wasittatu, arbauna is 40. 3 plus 40 plus 500 plus
6,000.
sittatu alafi, 6,000. This is something interesting, and you should try to remember that, how the bigger numbers is structured. And then
In Arabic, they're reading it from the opposite direction. 3, 4, 5.
with the direction, and the ma'dud will be mudaf ilayhi majrur state. Okay,
Just
that's it. And feminine student, just look at this. Read it yourself.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite. I've already read it. I can see it.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. It's talibatin. So is this the always?
But brothers, just one more point as well. And again, so much you cannot remember. Look at this. Arba'un, khamsa, all this. Salasatun is feminine. Why? Because the ma'dud is masculine here. So salasatun first started with feminine. Here talibatin, feminine here. That's why salasatun masculine there. First number. So can you see all these are there? Ustaz, is it finished? Or you want more? You have more?
No, that's it. This is the end. I was gonna
it's
ask
for
a couple
them
of
to
students.
really
This is for them to practice and just make sure they've understood. So yeah, this is if I can just quickly recap what we've covered today. I said that we'll cover. Yes.
Sir, just to do the quick test, that will be more helpful than the recap. Don't do this. Because I mean, I'm a student here. My brain is already collapsing because of your so many different rules. One after the other, I'm lost. Okay.
All I say then,
it's like that, and it cannot be done any better. And you have seen the variation. Bear that in mind, and when you find the Quranic verse, have a look at this. But this one, if you just go through once, it will help a little bit more, I think, rather than recap. Don't recap, please, Ustad, if you don't mind.
No problem. Let's quickly get some students to interact.
Yes.
Ustad Aisha is still there?
No, she's not feeling
she
well.
dropped. Okay, sorry to hear that.
Because of your complex number of
No problem. Ustad Muhammad, can you tell us what's happening with the first one? One pen.
One pen. Kalamun is pen, of course. Wahidun is number one. Yeah, one pen.
Yeah. Yes.
Maqsud Sifa and Ma'dud came first. That's 1 to 2.
That's right.
Okay. Maqsud Sifa and Ma'dud came first.
Yeah, that's right. 1 to 2. Yeah. The different rules. Yeah.
Number 4 now.
Yeah.
Someone.
So, Sister Fauzia?
It's 3 to 10
disbelievers.
Yes, 3 to 10. Arba'atu kuffarin. Right. Arba'atu is feminine. Kuffarun is masculine.
Arba'atu is feminine because kuffar is masculine.
Correct. That's why Arba'atu is feminine. Okay?
Yeah.
And then?
Hakibatani.
Sorry, also for Arba'atu kuffarin, you see jar at the end. So we have mudaf ilayhi relationship.
Mudaf ilayhi relationship, yeah.
Right, and the gender is opposite, yeah.
Hakibatani isnatani. Hakibatani isnatani, 2 bags.
Maqsud Sifa, very good.
Maqsud Sifa, well done. And you see the ending, dual ending, matching.
Right,
yeah.
Ending, and Ma'dud came first. Ma'dud came first.
Yeah, and because it's number 1 to 2.
The bags. And the number is Adad is at the end.
Right. Yeah.
If you learn this bit, that's good. Last one. Salatatu.
Buyutin.
Mudaf alayh. Vocal plural. Mudaf alayh.
Yes.
Gender.
Opposite gender. Opposite gender.
Yes. Baitun is masculine, therefore Thalatha is feminine.
Yes,
Good.
it's feminine.
Good.
They're the key points, really,
They're the
that
key
we want you to remember.
That's
So remember the
common.
categories. Just go over the rules more for your reference. It doesn't appear a lot in the Quran, but want to complete numbers with this in module 2, covering all these. Alhamdulillah, we have covered a lot. Well done, everyone. It is something you need to revisit again, but we've covered the most important rules. And I request that you go over, and if you need to, please ask in the WhatsApp and we can go through it, inshallah. Dr. Mahmoud, over to you.
You need PhD for that.
Even with PhD, you will not be able to make any difference better than what Sadiq has done or I have done in the past.
I know, but how many people are going to remember that? That's the question.
As I said, you don't have to remember this, okay? Because it's not going to stop you to move forward, inshallah.
No, we need to master that, though. We need to master
Ustad, don't think about it. Don't even advise your students about mastering this. Nobody did that because it's not needed, okay?
Well, I'm sure Arab people mastered it. They
didn't master it. They just got it, inherited it from, by, jinn. That's it. Finish. Okay. All right, Ustad.
I'm an accountant, so I need to master it.
But before that, you have to really show your proficiency, all of you, on everything else you have been learning in Module 1 and Module 2. This is the very last thing you would be doing. And that is my message to you. And because there are many, many gaps here and there, that's why the revision class is coming. We will test you. And Ustad, if you could try to bring this revision schedule, please, on the screen. Because it is our responsibility at AQI, brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, with Allah's blessing, the teachers have worked so hard. Module 2 is more advanced and extensive compared to Module 1. So you have been really very patient, and it is now closing, but we still got a few weeks to start. Bring that spreadsheet, please.
Dr. do you want the next part recorded? Or shall we?
No.
Okay.
Stop then.
Well,
Yes.
before we conclude, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.